Hi guys, so I'm gonna help you do 6 problems in the review so that you can use them on your quiz tomorrow. And we're going to start with the first one. So remember, this is an inequality, and before you start to do anything, this right here is an improper fraction. So if I have 34 over 2, that's the same thing as having 34 divided by 2. Okay, so over here on the side, I'm going to go ahead and divide. So 34 divided by 2. 2 goes into 3 one time. Subtract. Bring down the 4. 2 goes into 14 7 times. So I'm going to get 17. Okay. Now I'm going to rewrite my inequality. P plus 16 is greater than or equal to, and then instead of putting all this, I'm going to put 17. Okay, so this looks a lot easier than that one. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and get rid of 16, minus 16. So these are gone. P has to be greater than or equal to, and then 17 minus 16 is going to be 1. Okay? So if I draw my number line, I'm going to have 1 here, and then 0. Okay? So we're going to have a closed circle because it has an equal sign, so that means it's closed. And then it has to be greater than 1. So all the numbers that are greater than 1 are going to be to the right. Alright, number 2. First, I'm going to do this part right here. So negative 27 plus 3 has to equal. So when I have negatives and positives, okay, we have to talk about 0 pairs, okay? So if I have 27 negatives and 3 positives, I can make 3 0 pairs. So I'm going to have negative 24 left over, okay? Now another way that you can think of it is, let's say I have a number line, and you're going to start with the first integer, which is negative 27, okay? And you're going to start here, and you're going to go 3 times to the positive. 1, 2, 3. So you end up here. 3 times to the positive side. Okay? And that's another way that you can do it. So, going back to my inequality, now I'm going to have negative 3w has to be less than, instead of having all this, I'm going to put negative 24. Okay? Alright, so if I have negative 3 times w, then I have to do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. So I'm going to divide by negative 3 on both sides. This is gone. And then we're going to have w is, now, remember, when you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must switch the direction of the symbol. Okay? This is really important, okay? So look at what we have here. This is less than. And now we're going to switch it, and it's going to become greater than, okay? And then we have negative 24 divided by negative 3 is going to be positive 8. Okay? So when I graph it, we have 8 here. And this time we're going to have an open circle because it doesn't include 8. And then it has to be greater than 8. Greater than 8. Okay. Okay, number 3. It says Mrs. Grimm signed up to bring 2 dozen cupcakes. Okay, so that's going to be 24. 2 dozen is the same as 24. Now she made 1 dozen, so that's 12. But her children ate 3 cupcakes. So 12 minus 3 is 9. Okay? And then it says, which of the following could be used to determine C, the number of cupcakes that Mrs. Grimm needs to bake? Okay. So, for this problem, it's actually a little bit tricky because it doesn't tell you exactly what they want. They don't know whether you want an equation, so I'm going to give you both. This is an equation. And then I'm going to also give you an inequality. Okay, so for the equation, you can have 24 equals 9 plus C, okay? And then for the inequality, you can have 24, okay, has to be greater than or equal to 9 plus C, okay? Because we don't know whether she can only make 24 or whether she can make more than 24, okay? So both of these would be correct. So this would be exactly 24 cupcakes. And this would be 24 cupcakes or more. Okay? So either one would be right. Alright, on the back. Number 4. It says we have M has to be less than or equal to 27. Okay, so this means that M is less than or equal to 27. Okay, so we have to have a closed circle on 27. Closed circle means 27 is included. Okay, so we're going to close it. And then we want 27 or less. So all the ones that are less are to the left. Okay. Number 5, we have at most $8. So that means K has to be less than or equal to 8. So Kendra can spend $8 or less than $8. Okay. Now again, this is going to be a closed circle. Because 8 is included. So we're going to close it. And then we want all the numbers that are less than 8. So these are the numbers that are less than 8, all the ones on the left. Okay. And the last one, it says Samantha must collect a minimum of 25 pounds of food. So that's 25. And if it wants to be a minimum, that means 25 has to be the smallest, and then you can get bigger from there. So we're going to go this way. 25 is less than or equal to. And then they already collected 13 pounds. So you already have 13. Plus you want to add, you don't know how much more. You want to add how much more can you add. So this is going to be X. And then you want to solve it. So we're going to subtract 13. Subtract 13. Okay. This is canceled. So we're going to get X is greater than or equal to, and then we get 12 over here. And we can graph this. We have 12. Okay. And this is actually going to be a closed circle. Because 12 is included. And we want everything that is 12 or bigger, so we want to shade to the right. Alright, and this is your review. Make sure you get it done by tomorrow.